Welcome to Game of Life, Cheat Codes from Beyond. Today we're exploring those lessons on fearless living that, well, we really wish we'd known since birth.
Yeah, exactly. We are finally opening that very manual you were basically meant to receive the moment you were born.
Right, the missing manual. Today's deep dive is into a book called Seven Universal Truths from Near-Death Experiences by L.A. Fairhoff. And we're doing something a bit different for you today.
We are, because instead of treating these near-death experiences as, just spooky ghost stories, the book actually treats them as raw data.
Which is fascinating.
It really is. And Fairhoff, who uses they/them pronouns, didn't just collect dramatic anecdotes. They cross-referenced thousands of accounts to find the overlapping patterns, the real operating system of human existence, essentially.
The operating system, I have to say, looking at the premise, calling these profound glimpses cheat codes feels just a bit reductive to me. Life isn't a video game where you just punch in a button sequence to bypass a tough level.
I get that. But I don't see it as gaming the system for a high score. It's really more of a metaphor for bypassing unnecessary suffering.
Right, okay.
The book argues that hardships aren't just like random collisions in a void. They're a masterclass designed to teach our consciousness. And the cheat codes are the foundational rules we just seem to forget the second we take our first breath.
A masterclass. Well, one might reasonably assume that upon arrival in this rather complex game called life, a comprehensive instruction manual would be provided.
You would think so, right?
Quite. Perhaps a small, tasteful booklet tucked securely into one's swaddling clothes. Alas, it seems the universe prefers a more experiential learning curve. Until now, that is.
Yeah, and that experiential learning curve is precisely why this framework is so relevant to your daily routine. So many of us are exhausted by contradictory self-help routines, right?
Oh, definitely.
Or we're paralyzed by the fear of death, or just seeking meaning in mundane things like traffic jams. Fairhoff synthesizes these 7 truths to cut through that noise and offer a coherent framework to dissolve those exact fears.
So let's unpack some of that, because the truths in the book aren't your standard platitudes.
Yeah.
Take purpose, for instance. It's not about achieving grand historical greatness, is it?
No, not at all. It's profoundly micro.
Micro.
Yeah, the pattern in these accounts shows that the moments that mattered most weren't, big career milestones. They were tiny interactions, like a shared smile with a stranger or being patient in that frustrating traffic jam.
Oh, wow.
That is where true purpose is forged.
Which brings us to perhaps the most striking concept here, the life review. The traditional view is, you die and face a judging deity who tallies up your sins.
Right.
But the data here suggests something entirely different. It's not a judgment, it's an experience of ripple effects.
Exactly. The classic explanation is usually a stone cast into a perfectly still lake, where you eventually feel every ripple of your kindness or cruelty through the hearts of the recipients.
But let's modernize that, because stone in a lake sounds rather passive. Based on the accounts in the book, it sounds much more like involuntary VR empathy.
Involuntary VR empathy, I like that.
Right. You aren't just watching a playback of the time you yelled at a barista. You are forcefully downloaded into that barista's nervous system to physically and emotionally feel the stress you caused them. Or, conversely, the warmth you gave to a friend.
That is a highly accurate way to frame the mechanism. You become both the creator and the recipient. You feel your own compassion exactly as the stranger felt it.
And the purpose isn't punishment then.
No, it's ultimate empathy. It's the universe showing you that interconnectedness isn't just some poetic idea. It's the literal physical reality of consciousness.
It certainly reframes how you might choose to move through the world today. Consider the quiet questions that haunt you. What if the answers are simpler and more foundational than you've been led to believe?
Right.
This book is really your invitation to find out if every interaction is eventually felt from the other side. The stakes of a casual Tuesday change quite a bit.
They really do. And we want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. If you truly accepted that your consciousness is infinite and that your hardest days are simply portals for learning rather than punishments,
right?
How would that shift the way you react to your next perceived failure?
A quiet question to keep you company. Thanks for listening. I trust this was insightful. Find the book online. There is a universal link in the show notes. Join us next week for another deep dive into transforming our thoughts.